Brent here with Bring Your Own Tools, and on a very special episode of BYOT, I'm going to show you what to expect when you go to the largest construction trade show in North America. I've been coming to these shows since 2016, so I have plenty of knowledge to share with you on what to expect at these amazing trade shows. First things first, what is IBS and KBIS? Well, IBS does not stand for Irritable Bowel Syndrome, it stands for International Builder Show, and KBIS stands for Kitchen and Bath Industry Show. IBS has been around since the 1940s and KBIS has been around since the 1960s. They joined forces in more recent decades to make one mega show, but now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to go through my top 10 reasons why you should come to this show, and if you stay till the end, I'm going to provide my top 5 tips to think about before you even go. But first, let's get some coffee. Let's start this.
Let's go. I thought you were taking a picture. Let's go.
Let's go. Day one, feeling good.
Got my coffee.
Got coffee. Ready to rock. The first reason why I love this show is the new innovations that haven't even hit the marketplace yet. Yes, there are large brand names like Schlage and many others that are presenting products that are actually new to their lineup and haven't even hit the general consumer. This year's show I met up with SkyX, which has this very unique quick connect electrical component built into the box, as well as what I find to be the best looking robotic motorized electric lawnmower soon to be on the marketplace from EcoFlow. Seriously, I don't know if I need it, but I want it. But speaking of something that I need, this railing system by Barrett Outdoor Living stopped me dead in my tracks once I saw it. This is called their RDI elevation rail, and it's extremely quick to install. So much so that I had to personally try this out for myself on another deck project, which I did last year, and it is by far the fastest deck railing I've ever installed. These are just a handful of items that I found at this show that are soon to be on the marketplace for general consumers. So make sure you check out all the links that I provided in the description box below of this video, because they might just be available by the time this video airs. And now let's check on Comer, and by that I mean Bart Comer. He was the one at the beginning of the video where I was sharing a cup of coffee with, and he's also a content creator at the Comer Project. Can you imagine building you a panic room and then you get it in and then you can just shoot it?
Yes.
And we could just test it?
Yes. Yeah, I scared you.
Comer is a good buddy of mine in the content creation world, and he's basically my partner in crime here at this amazing event because this is his very first time at the show. Which leads me into number 2. Friendly competition, because there are numerous items that you can do here, whether it's for bragging rights, a free tool, or even potentially winning $5,000. There are numerous items here that you can have fun with that you potentially will also be able to win something. And this leads me perfectly into number 3. Product demonstrations by the pros. Now, I personally love these live demonstrations because not only am I learning from the actual experts of this specific product, but I can ask as many questions as I possibly want, within reason, of course. Plus, the individuals that are actually working these booths, that are actually showcasing how to utilize the product, are there to actually show you, not to try and sell you. So don't worry about getting in a long conversation with salespeople because that's not what these individuals are there for. They're there so you can learn about their amazing products. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of sales individuals here at this event if you're looking for that, but for the most part, the people there that are working these booths are just trying to provide you as much information about their amazing products as possible.
What is that, Brent?
One is extremely heavy because it's solid steel, the other one is extremely light because it's fiberglass based. Very nice and definitely beneficial on your back.
Rebar.
Yep, rebar. And this leads me perfectly into tip number 4 about getting hands-on experience with new innovative products and tools and materials. There's so much to see and actually feel for yourself. You don't normally get this opportunity to put all these items in action all at once, but the vast majority of these booths you really can go feel the product as well as test them out for yourself, because that's the beauty of this entire show. It's all about fun and actually experiencing new materials and tools that can provide you with inspiration on what to do with your next project on your YouTube channel or on your own home, and of course trying to find those tools that you just happen to need all of a sudden. Keep in mind, don't expect to see everything at this show, especially if you're only here for a day or two, because it's almost impossible to realize how much is actually here till you're here. So that was day 1. One item of the show that we really haven't discussed too much about is the KBIS portion of this entire show. The Kitchen Bath Show is truly magnificent and incredible, and this leads me perfectly into number 5. The booths, and specifically in the KBIS section, because the amount of money spent on these booths is truly incredible. This booth by Kohler is 100 feet by 150 feet, which means that it's 15,000 square feet. I don't know how long this booth took, and if there's anyone that actually does know, please let me know in the comment section, because I'm very interested to see what it actually takes to put a booth like this together. It's magnificent, it's gorgeous, it keeps on going and going until you feel like, wait, there's more? There's another room? Yes, that's it. And in all honesty, you get some cool booths at IBS and National Hardware Show, but nothing like the booths you're going to see at KBIS, because they're so aesthetically pleasing and very diligent about making a perfect complement between a space that you actually feel like you want to be in, but also very mindful of showing off all the amazing product lines that they have in their collection. At KBIS, whether you're looking for tubs, new shower pans, kitchen cabinets, appliances like stovetops, ovens, refrigerators, washers and dryers, cabinetry hardware, outdoor cooktops, and of course any type of plumbing fixture you could possibly imagine. And that leads me to my number 6, product innovation, because the fact that there's so many companies trying to compete for our dollars means that everyone really does have to be on their A game and try and go to the next level to compete with the brand that's just adjacent to them at the show. That's why you have such unique products like this one from Pfister that created a new retractable spray head that actually has a V-groove where it perfectly fits snugly once it goes up into the faucet every single time. That is just a slight innovation that I would have never known about if I didn't stop by the Pfister booth. Speaking of other innovations, I stopped by Caesarstone and they came out with a porcelain countertop. Yes, porcelain. Porcelain was never a product that you would see in a countertop in the past because it was too thin and brittle for a countertop, but with their innovations it is very strong and durable, as well as very installer friendly because it's so thin it's much lighter weight. And because it's lighter weight, you can have induction systems built into it, like a phone charger or even an invisible stovetop, which is truly next level. This is an induction stovetop by InvisiCook, and the beauty about the system is the fact that the heating coils are built underneath the countertop, so you don't see them at all, but the moment you place a steel pan over the top, it immediately starts heating the pan, but nothing else. You can actually literally touch the countertop and you won't burn yourself whatsoever because it's only transferring the heat to the pan. These are all innovations that I would have never known about if I didn't go to the show. And since we're at the Caesarstone booth, let's talk about number 7, the free food and drink. Yeah, it's everywhere at this show, especially at the KBIS section, and a number of the booths not only have an amazing spread, but they also bring in celebrity chefs like Bobby Flay. That was in a past year at the show, but inevitably you'll always be able to find some free food, and of course some coffee, which you saw Bart and I partake in early on in the video. You can get that all throughout the day, and in the evenings you can get some other type of beverages if you're so inclined.
Day 3, ready to rock, feeling a little sluggish, but you know what? We had some fun last night, amazing dinner, and now it's time to go enjoy day 3 at the exterior outdoor exhibit at IBS.
Since we're on to our last and final day of the show, we better get busy because we have a lot to see. So let's get to number 8, inspiration. Whether you're an architect, homeowner, builder, designer, and so forth, there is so much to see at this show, and it truly inspires me to know what is actually possible in the construction realm. There's so many new innovative products to see and feature, whether it's a material, tool, and so forth. It's absolutely mesmerizing in so many different ways in an industry that I'm truly proud to be a part of. With that said, at this point of day 3, I actually need to get clear across to the other side of the convention center, which leads me perfectly into number 9, free Tesla Loop transportation. This is a new, extremely innovative underground transportation system that I never knew even existed until I got to the show. It's completely free to anyone who's actually attending the show, and it makes it very easy and accommodating to get from one side of the convention center to the other, and that is a very long way if you've ever been to the show. Now that we're on the complete opposite side of the convention center, we can move on to number 10. finding products and materials at discounted rates. Yes, there are quite a few companies here that are actually providing very nice discounted rates for their products specifically for the show. So if you are an individual that likes a good deal, which I personally do, there are many deals to find. And just keep in mind that if this is a product that you want to take home with you, but you don't have room in your bag, luckily there's a FedEx and or UPS store that is in the convention center, whether it's in Las Vegas or Orlando.
So Bart, sometimes you don't even know how much there is until you start walking, and then you're like, oh, there's another section. Oh, there's another section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is another section.
And this is another section.
Yep. This.
But you know how you can
All
tell
of this.
how much really there is?
How much?
How much your feet hurt. You can gauge about how big a place is by
about
the level of...
It's about 35, 40,000 steps. You know,
Yes.
I like it. Let's do it.
As Bart and I finish off the day to see as much as we can see, we've gone through my top 10 reasons on to come. But what are my top 5 tips when coming? Well, number 1, of course, wearing comfortable shoes. Yep, I did not do this the first time I came. I actually wore some dress shoes, and by day 3, I could barely walk, and I'm proud to say that I'm an active guy, but that much walking in a short amount of time is pretty extensive, so make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Number 2, try and find a hotel close by. Now there are a lot of options to choose from when you're in Vegas or Orlando, but keep in mind that there are thousands of people here at this event, and at the very end, thousands of people are trying to get an Uber, Lyft, or taxi, and that can be quite cumbersome. So if you want to guarantee yourself that you can actually just walk back to your hotel, that's a really nice option to have versus waiting in line for a while, let's just say. Tip number 3 is to download the IBS app. Now this app actually is a really nice feature because it has an extensive map system. It shows you exactly where everything is, especially on the IBS side, and just remember that there's 2 levels to the Las Vegas Convention Center. Yeah, there's more on the 2nd floor. Pretty incredible. Tip number 4, make sure you bring a portable phone charger. Now, because there's so many people here, it's seemingly my battery dies very quickly, especially with me taking so much video. But with a portable phone charger, I'm easily able to charge it up midday without having to try and find an outlet around the convention center, which is simple enough. And finally, tip number 5, if you're leaving from the convention center to the airport and you want to drop off your bag, remember that there are bag drop-offs at the convention center, whether it's Las Vegas or Orlando. Really nice to have, especially with the fact that I don't want to be going back to my hotel to try and get my bags in order just to get to the airport. Hopefully all these tips help you, because I certainly had to learn these the hard way the first couple of times.
Okay, Comer, the day is wrapped. Day 3 done.
Done. In the books.
We're done. In the books. We're good. We had been an amazing experience. It's exhausting. My legs hurt, but you know what? We survived.
Yes, we did.
We survived. It was amazing. Let's rock! Woo!